Hello, my name's Jake. I'm one of the medical students. Can I just check your name and date of birth, please?
It's Catherine Sutherland, 1st of the 9th, 93.
Fantastic. What's brought you in today, Catherine?
I've just been having a bit of lower back pain and a bit of pain in my leg as well.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about this back and leg pain?
So it started about 3 weeks ago. I was lifting some heavy boxes at work and I had a sort of sharp pain in my back, and then over the next few hours developed a more constant lower back pain and in my leg as well.
Okay. So it started about 3 weeks ago, and when you kind of went to lift up the heavy boxes, is that when the pain came on?
Yeah.
Did it come on quite suddenly?
Yeah.
Okay. And you described kind of a back ache, which is there all the time to your lower back. Is that similar to the pain that you're getting in your left leg as well?
The pain in my leg is more like a burning pain, I guess.
Okay. And you mentioned it kind of goes down the left leg. How far down the left leg does it go?
I mean, sometimes it's a shooting pain that goes all the way down, but that just happens occasionally.
Okay. And does anything make it worse that you've been aware of?
If I'm like sneezing, or if I sort of lean forwards, or if I lift my legs up, then it's worse.
Okay, so there's a few different things that can make it worse. Anything that makes it better?
If I have a hot water bottle on my back, it makes it better, or taking ibuprofen as well has helped.
Okay. And when the pain comes on, have you noticed any other symptoms at all?
I don't think so, no.
Have you noticed any numbness or tingling or anything like that?
I did have a bit of numbness and tingling just in the first week when it first started.
And whereabout was that?
It was just in my left foot, in my toe, in my big toe.
Okay. And in terms of the kind of timing of this pain, it started about 3 weeks ago. Has it been getting worse or better, or is it staying the same?
It's been getting worse.
Okay. And if you were to score it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being quite severe pain, where would you score it?
Probably about a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so it's quite severe, the pain. Yeah. I've just got a few questions now to think a bit more about what could be causing it. Some of them might sound a little bit unusual.
Okay.
Okay. Have you noticed any numbness when you wipe your bottom with tissue?
No.
No. And have you got control over when you have a wee and a poo? Okay. And you mentioned numbness to your left foot. Have you noticed numbness anywhere else?
No.
No. Have you had any weakness to any of your muscles?
No.
No. Oh, and have you noticed any joint pain or stiffness?
No.
And no swelling to your joints at all? No. Have you had any fever or night sweats?
No.
No. Is the back pain disturbing your sleep at all?
No.
And have you had any change in your weight at all?
No.
Have you been generally well over the past few weeks, or have you had any recent illnesses?
No, I've been fine.
Okay. And have you been abroad anywhere at all?
No.
No. Okay. And with this pain, you've already mentioned that you thought it might have been triggered when you were kind of bending down to lift up heavy boxes. Is there anything you're worried about?
I've just been a little bit worried that the pain hasn't got better over the last 3 weeks.
Okay. And with that in mind, was there anything you were kind of hoping to get today?
Maybe some stronger painkillers, and maybe a referral to a physio or something if possible.
Okay. I'm just going to recap what you've told me so far. So about 3 weeks ago, you noticed kind of pain in your lower back, which has been a constant ache since, and that started after bending down to lift up some heavy boxes. We've also noticed some shooting pain that goes down your left leg, and you've noticed a little bit of numbness to your left big toe. I'm just going to ask a little bit about your background history. Do you suffer from any medical conditions?
No.
Do you take any regular medications?
No.
Are you taking anything over the counter?
I am taking ibuprofen for the back pain.
Okay. And how much ibuprofen are you taking?
Usually just 1 tablet up to 3 times a day.
Okay. Has that been helping at all?
It does help a little bit, yeah.
Do you have any drug allergies at all?
No.
No. And what do you do for work?
I just work in a supermarket as a retail assistant.
Okay. And do you live with anyone at home?
No.
No. And sorry, with your work, does that involve a little bit of heavy lifting at all?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And do you smoke at all?
No, I just vape occasionally.
Okay. Do you drink any alcohol?
A little bit, a few times a month.
Okay. And when you do drink alcohol a few times a month, how much are you typically drinking?
Maybe sort of 5 or 6 glasses of wine on a night, something like that.
Okay, so you don't drink that frequently, but when you do, you might drink quite a lot at that time. Okay. Do you take any recreational drugs at all?
No,
Do any medical conditions run in the family at all?
I don't think so, no.
Nothing like rheumatoid arthritis or any joint pains or anything like that?
No.
No. Okay. So I think I've got all the information that I need. I'm just going to recap everything. If there's anything I've said incorrectly, please do let me know. So you've noticed kind of pain in your lower back, which is a constant ache, and that started about 3 weeks ago after lifting some heavy boxes at work. But you've also had some burning, shooting pain down that left leg, which kind of shoots down that left leg, and you've noticed a little bit of numbness to your left big toe. You're a little bit worried because it's not getting any better. It's getting a little bit worse, and it's quite severe. You scored it 7 out of 10 in severity. So you're wondering if you might need some extra strong painkillers or a referral to a physiotherapist. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions or comments you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. That's the end of the consultation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Today I spoke with Catherine Sutherland, a 30-year-old woman. She presented with a 3-week history of lower back pain radiating down her left leg. The pain came on suddenly when she was lifting heavy boxes at work. She described the pain as a dull ache in the lower back with some shooting pain down her left leg. Exacerbating factors to her pain included sneezing, bending forward and lifting her left leg. Relieving factors included taking ibuprofen and using a hot water bottle on her lower back. Catherine reported some transient numbness to her left big toe. She has not experienced any saddle anesthesia, leg weakness, or bowel or bladder dysfunction. There is no history of fever, weight loss, night sweats, or other systemic symptoms. She has no significant medical history, and she is not prescribed any regular medications. She is concerned because the pain is not improving, and she was wondering if she could have some stronger painkillers and a referral to the physiotherapist. Based on the information gathered so far, the most likely diagnosis is sciatica. To complete my assessment, I would perform a lower limb neurological examination, in addition to an examination of her hips and spine.